Hello, it's Thursday's Talking Reds. Getting straight into the Reds today because loads of people got annoyed that we talked about Everton yesterday, which I'm absolutely delighted about.
Fuming we missed it, to be honest.
Keep getting annoyed, boys. Love it. Apparently we're obsessed. Well, you're obsessed with what we're saying then, aren't you? So let's keep the obsessed thing going, eh? But anyway, the Reds today then. Big story, nice positive stuff after all the negativity around, selling Coutinho and everything else. Bild, who are a tabloid newspaper in Germany, so maybe a pinch of salt with all this, but let's see what happens. They're reporting last night, and it's being picked up on these shores, that Leipzig could accept between 13.2 million and 17.7 million to do the Keita deal early, basically, and let him join us in January. Apparently, after saying they would definitely not do this, there's now a suggestion that they need the money potentially to meet financial fair play rules and avoid a fine. In terms of him coming to Liverpool, he's obviously already played in European competition, so he wouldn't be able to play in the Champions League. But I think, look, I know it's horrible to talk about fees like 13.2 million and 17.7 million, but forgetting all that, forgetting how much cash washes around football, I think it'd be brilliant if we brought him in January for morale, for the fans, for the team.
Yeah.
And it'd be good for Klopp as well, because one of my key problems with Coutinho going, I wrote something on this last night, is all the rights and wrongs that have been talked about and all the theories, all I'm bothered about is it's just one less good player for him to pick, and he's been loving rotating this season. And we want to go deep in the Champions League, we want to win the FA Cup, we want to finish runners-up in the Premier League. So having another player of this player's quality in the squad, albeit that he could only play in the Premier League and the FA Cup, nevertheless, that'd be a good thing.
Yeah, we've lost one elite player in this transfer window, and it'd be brilliant to have another one. And even just for us to watch every week, that's the fun of it, is watching brilliant footballers play for Liverpool. I think this makes all of the sense if they can do this, because there's been talk of Mahrez, there's been talk of other players coming in, but the prices that they're going to cost, the amount they're going to cost for players that like Mahrez, I haven't seen loads of him, but I don't know that he's of that level. And we've already got Keita in the bag. There's been loads of talk about how he was one of Bundesliga's best players last season. There's been talk this season that he's a little bit disinterested, or his performances haven't been up to scratch, that he's become isolated from some of the teammates in Leipzig. So I think maybe it starts to begin to make more sense for Leipzig as well, especially if, like Bild say, they're having problems with financial fair play. I just think it makes sense for everyone. Keita's head probably already in Liverpool if his performances haven't been the same as last season, and he is looking disinterested. And yeah, for what, 13 to 17 million there, it said, the amount we would have to pay for a replacement could be 50, 60 million this transfer window, and we know Klopp likes to wait for the player that he really wants. And if Lamar isn't available, if Klopp's gone off him, if there seems to be something there, if it's just one that he wants to wait until the summer to make a decision on such a big purchase, then paying 17 million just makes total sense to me.
It'd be good as well just to get him settled in as well, get him used to his teammates, get him ready to go for August basically as well, because I think back to that 13-14 season when we did challenge for the title, and sort of I wouldn't say you knew it was coming, but the momentum was built up in the second half of the season before. Coutinho and Sturridge were linking up. We were playing some great football. We were starting to blow sides away. All the Rodgers football and the tactics were clicking. And I think, if we can do something like that as well, noisy bastards in this place, if we could do something like that as well and sort of build momentum towards the next season as well, get him in early, get him settled, get him ready to go, I think that'd be great as well. And there's still plenty to play for, as I say. Liverpool 4th right now, so looking good for a Champions League place next season. But they're only 3 points ahead of Spurs. Looking above them, they're not far away from Manchester United, so second spot looks up for grabs as well. So I think if this can
FA Cup,
obviously.
Another player in the FA Cup.
Yeah, FA Cup as well. I think they should do it if it can be done. They've already coughed up 48 million, or agreed to 48 million plus a £7 million premium to make it happen. That's for the summer. If they end up adding this on as well, you're talking about 70 million plus really for the player that you're going to end up paying. But I really think it'd be worth doing. Extra body, good body, lift everyone, get everyone excited, and we can move on and we can forget about Phil Coutinho. His stats for this season, by the way, he's made 20 appearances for Leipzig, 5 goals and 1 assist. But as Craig says, plenty of talk that he's had his head turned now, and that he wants to move himself as well early. So we will see, but that would be good, wouldn't it? Other news as well, last night, late on, 10:30ish, the Telegraph and the Times both reporting that Liverpool want to sign Roberto Firmino up for the rest of his career. He's got 2 years left on his current deal, but they want to give him a better one, a long-term one, and properly get him tied down and get him to stay at Liverpool. I mean, I guess the other side of the coin on this is that he was whacking out posts saying Liverpool's not the same now that Phil Coutinho's
broke
gone.
My heart, you know.
which is a little bit of a worry. I think he was best man at his wedding, or one way round or the other. One man was best man at the other man's wedding. I can't remember which way round, but you know, everyone knows the mates basically. So Liverpool to act on that and sort of get a deal done, I think would again make a lot of sense. He scored 16 goals this season already, 5 months still to play. People keep talking about a centre forward that can get 20 odd goals. It's looking quite like being this fella, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I'd love to keep him for the rest of his career, and I did see that the Instagram post, and the sort of that is a little bit of a worry. Like, you know, imagine you lost me at the Anfield Wrap, and the things that you would have to go through doing talking reds about me. It'd be difficult to begin with. But you know, like if I, I don't know why you're laughing, Sam.
People inside the Anfield Wrap are trying to make that happen, Craig. To be honest, so you know what I mean.
So yeah, I think he's so important for Liverpool, and he's so important for Jurgen Klopp, and he just epitomises what Jurgen Klopp's trying to do, and we've seen how good he's been this season. This is his best season for Liverpool. He's gradually improved with every season he's played in the Premier League.
He enjoys it as well. Yeah, he seems to enjoy himself, doesn't he? I mean, look, you know, he wears some absolutely wild clobber. And look, and I've had to get used to that, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, at first I was just like, what have you got on? What are you doing? But as time's gone on, I've just sort of thought, well, do you know what, I like it in a weird way.
He's
like,
mad.
He's extravagant and he loves it and he's not bothered. You know, good on him. And I think that sort of comes across in some of the ways he plays football, but he graphs as well, which I enjoy, and I think that's what a lot of the Liverpool fans who go to Anfield enjoy as well. We like someone who has got talent, but also graphs, never gives up. His attitude's right as well, so it'd be good to get him tied down. Some interesting stuff in the Times on this, just about the deal that he's currently got and the deal that he might get. This is according, the Times quotes the Football Leaks website. It says, Firmino has a complex, incentivised contract with bonuses depending on the number of goals he scores. So for the first 5 goals of the campaign, he earned an additional 25 grand. 6 to 10 goals brought 45 grand. 11 to 15 were worth 65 grand. And now every goal he scores is worth 85 grand. He's got 16 in total, as we say. And they say in the Times here, Tracy, it's likely that Liverpool will increase his base sum, but also keep any new deal heavily bonus related. Now, I remember something on this a while back, that this is where Liverpool wanted to go with the contracts. They wanted it to be a way that where it would continue to motivate the players. So yeah, well paid on a base rate, obviously, but also loads of things built in to say, come on boys, score goals, win games, win cups, make us all happy. Don't get ideas, by the way. We're not going to do that with you.
I was about to say that's nothing like my contract. But yeah, I think out of all the players we've got, I think if we lost Roberto Firmino, that would be the one that would hit me the hardest, really. So yeah, I'm all for keeping him for the rest of his career, keeping him in Liverpool for the rest of his life. Bring in more Brazilian lads. Bring in Alisson from Roma. Buy him more mates.
Buy him some mates.
Yeah, just buy Brazilian people, bring them over and give them loads of mates here. Yeah, just anything to keep Roberto Firmino at this.
Get him a loyalty card at Ben Brazil and all that. Box that off. Go and have some meat there, Roberto lad. Well, after that, or after this, I should say, we're going to look at the papers. So back in a minute. All right then, today's newspapers, and in many of them, including The Guardian here. Sevilla ready to call in UEFA over ticket standoff with Manchester United. Wouldn't ordinarily have a big chat about Man United, or maybe we would. We ripped them quite a lot. This isn't actually ripping them, to be fair. I think it's sort of hats off to United really on this one, in that Sevilla want to charge Manchester United's fans £89 for the tickets for the away leg. To put that into context, when we were out there, they were £54 for the match with Liverpool. Now they're £89. Manchester United asked Sevilla to lower those prices. They said no. And so what's happened now is United are saying that they're going to charge Sevilla's fans £89, which that part of it isn't great, but they're going to use the money to subsidise the £35 difference between what Manchester United will be paying and what we paid. So Manchester United fans at least will end up paying the same price, but Sevilla fans will unfortunately be paying 89 quid. But that's something really that I think that they should be taking up with their club, and I think that's maybe why United have done it this way, because I was talking about this with a few people on Twitter yesterday, and a few people were saying, well, it's not great that it's ended up with another set of fans being overcharged, and I get that. But at the same time, I kind of think, well, what was United's next move? They asked them to lower the prices. They weren't going to charge their fans those mad prices. And then they just said no. So what was the next move? They could just go, well, we'll subsidise it. But, you know, how likely is that really? Do you know what I mean? So United say they're doing it because they wanted to act as a deterrent to other clubs who attempt to overcharge their fans. Sevilla, in return, have said that United aren't giving them enough tickets. It should be 5% of the capacity of the ground, but United have reduced that slightly, say, for safety concerns, they say, following conversations with police and stuff. So we'll see how it goes, but Sevilla have put out a statement saying they're looking to guarantee that none of their fans pays a penny more than any Manchester United fan for similar tickets, as competition rules dictate. So basically both clubs slugging it out. UEFA might have to get involved, but the bit about it that I like, Craig, is basically that Manchester United are fighting the corner for their fans, at least. They could have just gone, all right, Sam.
Yeah, I know, I see what you're saying. It just feels like a shame that it's still football fans that lose out. You know, I'm no United fan, but I don't particularly like Sevilla, and it just feels as if it's. When I first read it, I thought it was a little bit petty. When I've read into it and seen why they've done it and so on, it makes a little bit of sense. But at the end of the day, it's still football fans losing out, whether it's Sevilla or whether it's United, all because of decisions that have been made at their club or above them. But I suppose that's on Sevilla, because it's them that have done this.
I think it's on them because, you know, you look at what we've got in the Premier League now, which is progress in that all-away ticket to £30. All the clubs in the Premier League have signed up to that, which is great. It is progress. It's probably slightly still too dear. You know, I think the 20s Plenty campaign by the Football Supporters Federation was quite right in that, you know, to go to an away game, you're investing a lot of money in your travel, your time, your food, your drink, everything else. So there's no need for the tickets to be as dear, even as 30 maybe. But to get it to 30 was progress. And I think now we need to see those, you know, similar reciprocal deals done with teams abroad. And it sounds like that's what United were trying to do with Sevilla, and they just put the guards up and said, nah, not doing anything, which we'll charge what we want type of thing. And so United are trying to fight back. It'd be good if it got to a situation where both sets of fans were not getting ripped off. That is the ultimate aim, but we'll see. As I say, I think there's a positive to take from it, that at least United are fighting the corner for their fans. I think all clubs should do that, including Liverpool, obviously. Okay, another one then in the Daily Mail. There's not loads in today's papers. Much of it is concentrated on the matches that were played, which we're not really bothered because they didn't include Liverpool. But just to annoy any Blues who are watching, because I'm bang into that. I will needle Blues forevermore until the day I die. They all want to know why we were talking about their AGM. Well, do you know why we were talking about your AGM? We were talking about it because it was mad. Because one of your mad executives was basically saying you're going to own the city by the end of the year because you bought some offices over there.
Well, we own it now. We're on the
we're on the waterfront right now.
Yeah, rap on the city.
But also as well, these mad comments from your billionaire fella, making comments about Lukaku. Well, funnily enough, he wasn't happy with them. So, that's quite mad, and it's made the headlines, and it's everywhere, and it's all over the papers, and it's on BBC Sport, and it's the top story. So it's not just us on the Anfield Rap talking about Everton and laughing at them. It's everyone. Anyway, there's a bit here. It says, There's been a statement put out by a spokesperson for the player. I'm sure you've seen what Mashiri said at the AGM, which was wild, about the voodoo and the message that he had to go to Chelsea. Romelu has responded to that. He says Romelu's decision had nothing to do with voodoo. He distances himself from these beliefs and this statement. He will now see what judicial steps can be taken in relation to them. Romelu is very Catholic and voodoo is not part of his life or his beliefs. He simply had no faith in Everton and no confidence in Mr. Mashiri's project. That is why he did not want to sign on any condition. He wanted to make the next step in his career and he wanted the security to be able to leave. So basically he left because you're shite. That was the only reason he left. We didn't need to throw shit out about voodoos, did we, Mr. Mashiri? So I hope that bites them in the arse. I'll be made up when it does. And Blues, if you're watching, it's just another day for Sammy Lee and Allardyce. Okay, some Anfield.
Can win the derby.
Big Virgil. Right, some Anfield rap news then. We're running another ticket competition like we did for the derby. Can't win the derby. And this is to win tickets for the Manchester City game on Sunday, which is another big one, another cracker, hopefully one that the Reds can win. City have got a crap record at Anfield and we'd like that to continue, obviously. If you'd like to be in with a chance to win 2 tickets in the Carlsberg dugout, then you need to enter this competition. We'll put the details in the description. Usual thing, quite easy to enter. I think it's subscribe to the YouTube channel, make a comment and answer the question and fill out the details, and then we'll do the draw on
Friday morning. Yeah, we'll give you a call on Friday. You'll need to be able to pick the tickets up on Friday afternoon by 3 or 4 p.m. All the info's in the link, so just click the link in the description of this video.
So yeah, those tickets courtesy of FansBet. Also, something else that we're doing with FansBet is we are going over to Scandinavia. We are going to do live Anfield Rap shows in Oslo and Stockholm because yes, Blues, Liverpool have got fans over there and you're all buzz off that, don't you? Well, you know why we've got fans over there? Because we're massive, because we've won loads of trophies, because we've won 5 European Cups and you've won none. And so we're famous. We're the famous Liverpool Football Club. We're huge. And people out there like to talk about Liverpool, like to have a drink, and we're going to go out there, talk about Liverpool and have a drink. So all the details are going to be on our website.
Website later on, yeah. We're in Stockholm first. That's on Friday the 9th of February. We'll then be watching the game on the Sunday in Oslo, doing a live post-match show, and then all the usual antics from an Anfield Rap live show. So it should be a really good trip. And yeah, we're doing that in partnership with RedsBet. All the information will be on that website article anyway. Well, it's RedsBet's the Liverpool strand of FansBet. Okay. All the information's in the article. So
making sure you're not saying the United one. What's the United one?
Red Army Bet.
Okay.
I've got a box scarf. Don't worry.
The name for the Liverpool one's better, isn't it? Obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, the information will be on our social media channels later, and that's a month away. So you'll have a month to get tickets for that.
All right then. So I think we've done all the business. Oh no, we haven't. Today's podcasts. Are you into them yet? Are you listening? Have you had a go? Why not? If you don't subscribe, you can listen to them on Spotify. If you can't be bothered working out how podcasts work, you can go on Stitcher, you can go on TuneIn Radio, you can go on anywhere that's podcasts, basically. Google Podcasts. How do I listen to them? Look up the Anfield app. We're there. Listen to the free shows. The free show got really good feedback this week. That can be your first step.
The gateway.
The gateway drug. And then when you're into it, you can sign up to Tour Player, £5 a month, and you just got podcasts coming out your ears. So today's show is The Gutter, which is our transfer talk show, all the latest rumours, getting over them. There'll be more Keita, there'll be more, who else did we talk about? Firmino, I imagine. There'll be Lamar, there'll be all the other new links that are out there today. Bit of Emre Can chat maybe as well. There's a European show as well, which is going down well. Paul Senior, Mo Stewart, et al. People who watch the European leagues regularly, telling you a couple of stories about what's going on in Europe, and then also the Friday show, which is the big preview show of the weekend, the big games in the Premier League, including Liverpool and Manchester City. So those three are all out today on Tour Player. Should be good listens. And also one on there, a new one from me's out, which I hosted, which was the big question. We had a chat about how important the FA Cup is these days. It was a good show, good debate, some different views around the table. So give that one a go as well. And if you liked it, let me know. And if you didn't like it, let me know why. We're always interested in your feedback. We love reading your comments, good, bad and ugly. And you'll notice that we go back on them as well. So get involved, comment, keep on watching the Anfield app. Thank you very much for supporting us. That's been Talking Reds.